everybody! We're trying something new and different and unusual today. We're filming in the daytime and driving to Rev instead of home from Rev. Because last night I was asleep and in a coma within like a second of my head hitting the pillow because I was tired. But anyway, so this video is going to be my recap of yesterday's films, and then when I finish this one I'm going to do the video that I said I was going to do yesterday with my weekend's recommendations. Had some technical issues yesterday, so sorry about that. So weekend recommendations coming soon. So last night, which was day 8 of our Rev, I'm pretty sure, we saw 3 films. We saw the first one we saw was Battle for Brooklyn. Now, that movie left me feeling so very, very angry. Not because the film was bad or anything, just because the subject matter just made me want to punch people in the face. Movie about people who lived in Brooklyn, and this big developer guy who wasn't even from Brooklyn decided he wanted to build this big stadium and skyscrapers and all these buildings, and it was going to be so wonderful and amazing for the community, and there was going to be 15,000 jobs and etc, etc. And a handful of the people said, we don't want to move from our houses, we like living here, this is where we've lived for 40 years, we want to stay here. And basically it was just a what's the word I'm looking for? A record, that's the word, of the journey of the guys who didn't want the project to go ahead, and what they went through and all the different things they did to try and stop this developer from just coming in and doing whatever he wanted. There was quite a bit of, while they didn't say it necessarily outright, there was the insinuation of a lot of corruption, a lot of elected officials or not elected officials doing things because it's what the developer wanted, not necessarily because it was the right thing to do or what the community wanted. So another lovely insight into how America's the best country in the world, really? So I felt that like that a couple of times during the festival, so a little bit of a common theme running through some of the films. Good work, Jack. I like a little common theme, tie things together nicely. So really good film. You will probably feel really angry though, so just a word of warning. And I didn't write down when if it's on again, so let me check. Oh, it doesn't look like it is on again. So you won't be able to see it at Rev, but if you feel like getting angry one day, you know, find it, download it from iTunes or somewhere. Watch it, it's good. The second film we saw was Mongolian Bling, which you know I've been very excited about. So exciting, hip-hop in Mongolia. And it turned out to be a very different film than I thought it would be, in a really good way. It focused on 3 particular artists, hip-hop artists in Mongolia. It had some other ones as well, but these 3 in particular. A girl, Jenny, but spelled with a G, so I keep wanting to call her Jeannie, who is trying to be the first female hip-hop artist in Mongolia. And I think she's got a really good shot because she was amazing. A guy who is kind of like the really popular hip-hop guy, and a guy who's more the sort of underground hip-hop guy who doesn't really like the mainstream hip-hop guy because he's a sellout. And he was probably my favourite, the underground one. G was his name. He was just a really funny guy, and he said some really lovely things, like he said he would rather not be rich if being rich meant that his mum had to carry heavy things to her shop every day. And I just thought that was lovely. And there was this kind of common thread throughout the film where they all were really humble and saw their hip-hop as a way to make a difference in their country, which I thought was really amazing and very different from American hip-hop. So that was really lovely. Yeah, it was a really easy film to watch. You know, there was a bit about the poverty and some human rights issues and stuff going on in Mongolia, but not too heavy on that stuff, just kind of mentioned in passing, which of course I now want to research on the internet because that's what I do. so I'll be doing that. But yeah, really nice, easy to watch, inspiring, lovely film with some really great, I say characters, but they're people in it. Sadly, it hasn't shown in Mongolia yet, and the guys who are in it haven't seen it, so I'm really interested to know what the people who are in the film think about it when it comes out. So that is on again this weekend. It is on again on Sunday at 3:30, and I think you should definitely check it out. And the other thing I found funny about the film, which I had meant to say and just remembered now, is that they showed some footage of when hip-hop kind of first started in Mongolia. And the thing I find amazing is that the 90s look like the 90s no matter what country you're in, which is pretty funny because the 90s were a bit tragic. And I can say that because I was there. So yeah, that was pretty funny. There was these guys called Black Rose, maybe, who were like the first hip-hop artists in Mongolia, and they were just hilarious, wearing top hats and these weird hologram glasses, and very 90s. So nice little trip down memory lane for me there. They all talked about listening to Crisscross, jump, jump, crisscross will make you jump, jump, which was funny. So yeah, really good film, really enjoyable. The guy who made the film is just lovely, and his parents are pretty ace too, so check it out. And the last film we saw was Yakuza Weapon, which you can't see again because it was only on the one time, and I told you to plan ahead, so if you didn't see it, it's your own fault. And it was pretty funny. It really takes the piss out of itself completely. There was a bit where a rocket launcher fired out of a girl's vagina. I mean, really, that kind of movie just can't take itself seriously. So that was fun. Really, really, really fun. So if you can get that on DVD or from iTunes or somewhere, do it, because it was lots and lots of fun. There was a bit of a lull in the middle where I felt like we kind of stalled a bit, but the bit before the stall and the bit after the stall were really good. So lots of killing and violence and shooting people until they explode and all kinds of fun stuff. The HSP loved it. So yes, so today is our massively enormous day. I have scheduled for us 6 films, but one of which we've already seen, so we possibly won't see it again. And I realised that I haven't talked about it at all because we saw it at the program launch, and so I haven't mentioned it because we weren't going to be seeing it, which makes me really sad because it was a great film. It's called Beauty is Embarrassing, and it is about a guy who worked as a puppet and set designer for Pee Wee Herman and did a whole bunch of other stuff as well. He's an artist, and he's just the most incredible guy. And after we saw the film, my cheeks hurt because I had been smiling and laughing for the entire film. And it's a look at the creative process in a really different way, and art in a really different way. And, you know, being true to yourself and doing what you really, truly believe you should be doing, rather than listening to other assholes who tell you that you shouldn't be doing that, because assholes should never be listened to. So that was it's a really great movie. You will walk out feeling so good about the world and yourself and everything. So that's on today at 4:30. So we may possibly be there. We'll be around the place if you want to come and say hi. And it's not on Sunday, so it's only on tomorrow. So today, sorry. So if you want to come and see that, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And bring your smiling face because you will need it. So I'm going to go now, film the other video, be at Rev in a little while. Hopefully see you there. Bye!